What's up, dudes? It's your boy, Little Coconut Water. Enjoy this episode and remember to drink responsibly.
Those YouTube videos of the guy making little
little
for
food.
his hamster.
Yeah.
Like a little burrito and like
yeah. It's funny.
there should be like an electronics guy who does that, but like headphones.
Those videos are so mesmerizing around like 2 a.m. Just like can't fall asleep. You start watching these videos.
2 a.m.
Wait, what?
I'm doing something else at 2 a.m.
Oh. We're now watching random messages. All right.
Other types of random messages. That's what Ruben's doing.
Yeah, I just like to stay educated.
Okay.
In the adult film.
You gotta stay on top of things. It's like watching news in the morning.
What?
You gotta stay updated.
Yeah.
All topics.
All your premium Snapchat.
It's premium snaps. I think that's a waste of money. I don't know. It's just how I feel.
Yeah.
I kind of have a funny story about that though. I have a friend who goes to Cal State LA.
Mm-hmm.
Hector, if you're listening to this, shouts out to you. He has a group of friends and they were on Twitter in a group chat. And I guess they came across this girl's My Only. You know what a My Only is? It's kind of like a premium snap, but it's a different, pretty much a different website. You pretty much just have to pay to like subscribe and get all access. You know what I'm trying to get at? Yeah. So they all started a group message saying like, yo, it's $10 a month. There's like 5 of us. Divide that evenly. It's like $2 and some change. Let's fucking do it. No. They did it, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, is this like another student?
No, this is my friend.
Oh, they found
And his group's a friend.
Oh, you're saying who they found?
Yeah.
Or who they sub to? I think she's like some Twitter famous girl.
Oh.
I don't think it's anyone they personally know. Maybe it is. I have no idea. But yeah, I just thought that was hilarious. Like, who the fuck does that, dude?
That's such a man thing to do. Like, hey, let's split this up. This is where really men come together.
Oh, did you see that photo? Oh, I saw that photo, guys. Like,
Who the fuck changed the password?
It's like 2 a.m. and you get that text.
so we doing this premium Snapchat, guys?
Oh yeah, no.
And Adrian got fucking killed.
Let's just start one, and this one will be like
3
different
openings,
because
yes.
it's all of us on one page. It's like fucking we'll be on the front cover of ESPN, but we're not.
Oh,
What?
the ESPN where they do the naked where the athletes model. Yeah. Naked. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
that was different though.
Negative.
Negative.
That was for like.
Yes. I get it. Body positivity.
Come on.
Yada yada yada.
Nah, it's not the same thing though.
No, it's not the same thing. But I'm just saying we could all stand up there like we're a team.
Oh, good.
A naked team.
Instead of athletes, just a bunch of podcasters.
Oh yeah, we fucking sell calendars too.
That should be hilarious.
Instead of a My Only, we're just going to create a Patreon for that.
Help us
We're all dressed up like. We should just like attempt to be like fucking like good looking, like.
I think
Like
that's
chiseled body, like like we're dressed in like fireman outfits.
not. We're gonna be brewing beer, but like straight naked,
Oh, straight naked.
stirring the fucking wort with
Like-
our penises. What? Oh shit!
All right, that's a little too far.
The title's like, "You want these hops?" And it's like our balls.
No. Oh, sure.
Sounds solid.
So what are you guys drinking?
Oh, yeah.
Beer? No. We're drinking a lager by Firestone Walker.
Also, the people who make more famously known for 805,
Ocho Cero.
Hell yeah.
What?
which is a favorite of ours, I can say.
Hell yeah.
So
I think it's a favorite of everybody's. Anybody who drinks Firestone Walker. So
yep, 805 is the business.
Yeah, Firestone.
But I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not really feeling these. I think they're okay. They honestly remind me of a Bud Light. And I do not like Bud Light.
I like it.
It's all right.
What's the percentage on this?
This is definitely 4.5. This is definitely a more laid back drink. So 805.
Okay, I take that back. It doesn't taste like Bud Light. It's got a little more flavor than a Bud Light.
I don't know. Bud Light tastes like ass to me.
Ass water.
Yeah.
Just like someone's.
This has some
sweaty
flavor,
ass
but the
and
aftertaste is what reminds me of Bud Light.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Unless you're trying to sponsor us, Bud Light, we love it.
Stay hydrated, boys.
Bud Light, guys.
I brush my teeth with Bud Light.
Fuck.
That would be disgusting. What if you really woke up and just started brushing your teeth with beer?
Fucking just dip your fucking toothbrush in the toilet.
Ew.
At that point.
Really?
No, I'm kidding.
Hold on, Chris was trying to
Wait.
trying to get sponsorships, bro.
Wait,
Bud Light.
What's
Yeah.
wrong with toilet water? No.
Wait, you guys don't drink toilet water?
I've been doing this whole thing wrong.
That's why I have cavities.
Yeah, this is pretty crisp. I like
Yeah,
it.
I like it. It's in the spot right now.
I mean, it's hot right now. I think lager is always good on a hot day.
Yep.
Nice crisp flavor.
Not too
refreshing.
Yep.
And it's not heavy, so it goes down really smooth.
Yep.
Can I ask Miranda for a favor?
Sure.
Do you mind turning on the lights? So
Nah.
yeah, you got to go inside.
Fucking vampires
And there's like two
today.
switches. One's gonna be for the hallway, and the other one's gonna be for inside, for the garage. Sorry.
And now you guys know the layout of Ruben's fucking house.
Yeah.
God damn, I've been knowing the layout of Ruben's house since I was like
We kissed.
8.
What? Nah.
Yeah, I was like like around first grade.
My
Oh, it's so
damn.
bright.
This is bright as shit.
We needed that though.
Can you turn off the lights now?
Yeah, can you get a system installed so we're able to dim down the lights?
This is your house.
She's manager though. This is our stew now.
She goes and calls your dad and like tells this request like, yo, you need to install this type of switch, all right?
I need you to sign this. Oh man. So what are we talking about today?
The unknown
Ooh.
within
spooky.
ourselves.
Ooh. Self-enlightenment.
You mean like self-diagnostics or like
WebMDead ourselves?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. What's
Fair.
fucked up with ourselves?
Apparently I have cancer according to WebMDead.
Oh
Apparently,
shit.
WebMD.
Just one?
I've been pregnant for 5 months.
Apparently I died about 5 months ago. Yeah, so
So Chris brought up a good point.
Chris.
There's a lot of people who have a lot of like little health issues that not a lot of people realize.
It was me? I thought it was Ruben. I thought he was like talking about like self-diagnosing
I brought it up.
himself or
Was
something.
it you, Ruben?
Yeah, I brought
I'm
it up.
sorry. So
Damn.
Chris brought up.
I was
Oh, yeah, I'll
asleep, so
take
it
the
wasn't
credit
me.
for that.
What was that?
I don't know.
It's the spookiness.
Yeah, you were asleep.
October.
So for anyone who's listening to this episode,
I'm awake.
the last episode you didn't really hear Adrian talk because he was sleeping the entire time.
I'm
Just so
sorry.
you guys are aware.
It was actually like really funny to look at you because your head was just on the mic.
At one
that?
point, Miranda was like trying to take the mic from you, and she couldn't take it because you were on top of the pop filter.
Sorry. I have a really bad habit of sleeping wherever I want to.
And that is Adrian's self-diagnosed.
Yeah, that's Adrian's self.
I don't know why.
He's got-
As soon as I get sleepy, it's game over. There's nothing I can do about keeping myself awake.
Bro, do we have people talking in the background?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, shut
Oh,
the
no,
fuck up. We're
shut-
trying to feel
yeah, I
hot
know.
over here.
Hey, shut up.
So is there anything that you've self-diagnosed with yourself that you feel is like almost true without going to a doctor? Or just anything in general that you do know that you have that's kind of odd?
The third nipple,
Nope. Nope.
extra toe.
No. I think the last thing I WebMD'd, remember we went to Arizona and I got burnt as fuck?
Oh, yeah.
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 So I thought I saw a new mole, so I got scared.
Oh, shit. Skin cancer.
You're right, man. It's scary. You know, that's the most common type of cancer.
Yeah.
So I was like, shit. And like, it was on my shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had fucking cancer.
And I was like, fuck.
and you died.
And I was like, I literally searched up, like, what if there's a mole that you didn't realize I was there? Another not there. And then my girlfriend, she's really good at calming me down when I do dumb shit like that.
Yeah.
She's like, that mole has been there. I'm like, okay, I believe you.
She probably knows because she is from the back. Huh?
Yeah, exactly. She knows all my moles.
That's all I know. Every single one of them.
Yeah. So I think that's the last thing. I do dumb shit like that.
But you know what? I mean, isn't it true that like the darker skin tone you have, the less likely you are to get something like that?
I read that, and it said it's not. That's not completely true, but it is more helpful if you are darker skin tone.
Huh.
Natural sunblock.
Oh yeah.
Because you're what is it? There you go. Melanin, right?
Yeah, melanin.
Melatonin.
Melatonin. Ah, okay.
Oh, they're similar, no? Aren't they related?
Melanin? I don't know what that is.
Melanin is
You can take melanin to sleep.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Wait. Are you sure?
Yeah.
No, I think it's the other way around.
no,
No?
It's the other way around.
Melatonin is your skin tone.
Yeah. So yes,
Hold
our
on.
manager is correct.
Shouts out to our manager.
Melatonin is a hormone that regulates sleep. Sorry,
See?
got it backwards.
Exactly.
Sorry. Melatonin is a hormone that regulates sleep,
Yes.
wake cycles.
Yeah, melanin, a dark brown to black pigment occurring in the hair, skin, and eyes
Thank
of the
you.
eye in the people and animals that are responsible for tanning the skin exposed to sunlight.
Thank you.
Thank you, AJ.
Would you guys want me to use it in a sentence?
How often do you guys get sunburned?
Every time I go out.
Well, not too often.
Yeah.
It happens here and there.
Like
Usually
get
if
darker.
it only happens when I go swimming. It doesn't happen if I'm just like in a tank top and just walking around. For some reason it's always
Describe-
lemon water.
Describe sunburn.
Like
Ruben doesn't get
a
sunburned
sunburn.
first.
Like,
Like-
your skin gets
I just glow.
Like you start
hurts when you
peeling.
touch it and you
Oh,
feel
okay. No, I've never. Like I've gotten sunburned once or maybe twice in my life.
I get sunburned on my nose and the back of my neck. No, all my white parts of my body is like if I wear a tank top and stuff like that. But the parts where I baked because I played tennis, like my forearms and my face and all that, I don't get sunburned except my
Yeah.
nose.
You had a pretty gnarly farmer stand.
Yeah, I used to be white.
Can't
Yeah,
even
you're
tell.
pretty white.
Like,
Oh, for real, Alan? I think you are white in there.
I'm a very light Mexican. You should see my family. We're all white.
I know your sister's pretty white.
Yeah, they're
Aren't the kids like have blonde hair and stuff?
well. My sister married a white guy, and so the kids are half white, half Mexican. But they came out white.
Oh, excuse me.
They're all super light because we're white, anyways. But one of my nephews has like really light brown hair and blue eyes and white skin.
Oh, that's the one with the Mexican name, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
And
That's what I
you'll
remember.
never guess in a million years he's half Mexican.
It's interesting.
What's
I
his
mean,
name?
there are a lot of Mexicans that even have red hair. It's just not too common.
I'm
for you to
curious
see,
of his
especially
name now.
I can't say that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Just leave it.
Confidential.
All right, cool.
Confidential.
shit. Hell yeah.
After the pod.
I'm actually really curious. If you want to guess his name, leave a comment below.
Oh yeah.
You take this.
We'll like your comment if it's correct.
Just kind of like everyone.
I know.
You
Yes.
leave my family out of this. I'm gonna dox your family.
Chris is out here trying to dox you.
I'm gonna post your address
Hey, I didn't say it.
R.I.P.
and the San Diego one. Can't run.
You can't run.
Bet I can move.
I'll follow you everywhere, bitch.
Oh shit.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of, stuff that you're kind of like unaware of, it's like me when I drink beer. I think it's a common problem within a lot of people where they get all red and flustered.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's called like Asian zing or something like that.
Asian zing.
I swear that's like the
It's
like
Asian
term.
something, but it's not Asian.
No,
zing,
Asian
dude.
zing's
I
the
know
fucking.
that.
I love that
Asian
Chinese
zing
food.
sauce. The fucking.
I love
shit.
that Buffalo Wild Wing sauce.
Ah, fuck, man.
I know what you're referring to, but that's not.
Give
it's
me
definitely
Asian
not
glow.
zing.
Asian,
Canadian tuxedo?
Damn it. what's-
Anyway, I believe it happens because your body lacks some enzyme to break down the sugar
Asian
alcohol,
flush.
something like that. Yeah, Asian flush. That's
There
what
you
it's referred to as.
That's what your thing is called?
Yeah, that's
Oh.
what happens when I drink. None of you guys ever get flustered like that?
No.
I'm fucking retarded.
I
I'll rip.
I felt
You're gonna
redness
have to
before.
mute that.
Like yesterday, I felt like a little bit redness, but I mean, I don't know, if it was from drinking or it was like maybe the sun. So
How do you feel the redness?
like it's in my cheeks. I felt like rosy after drinking a
Oh,
little
you
bit.
blushed.
So I mean,
So
that's
he
kind of
blushed.
It's because you saw Ruben.
Yeah, that could have been it.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
looking pretty good yesterday.
Your new haircut.
Why did you cut your hair again?
I mean, I had it short before. I don't know. I just felt like it was time for a change.
New haircut, new man.
Pretty much. I don't know. I mean, I just want to be like super committed to eating better and work out more. Working out part is pretty hard just because of my whole like commuting situation and going to school out there and then working like 35 hours a week.
Fuck,
So
Um,
My hat's off to you.
yeah,
just
and editing
And gaming.
and gaming. Yeah.
That's a big part.
Oh yeah.
Too much. I don't know how you do it.
It is.
start
a lot.
working out in the metro bag. Just start doing your
Just you walking down the metro.
It's like running all the way down to the end of the train.
I'm gonna run, create a physics problem out of that. Talk about displacement,
Solve it.
how I didn't displace anything.
Stupid.
Do you get that stupid elevator question?
I've got it. I've gotten it
I
before.
hate that stupid elevator
It's so
question.
easy.
I know, but I always forget.
So an elevator is going down.
I don't want a physics lesson.
No one, everybody just fucking logged off.
And we lost half our viewers.
Oh shit!
So, I want to talk about something I have.
Let's hear it.
That third toe. Wait, what? You guys don't have four toes?
It's
Web
got a
feet.
Morden's toe, apparently. Like, I've always known that it's like, it could be passed down, but like my big toe is smaller than the toe right next to it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's called a Morden's toe.
I've heard. I mean, I've heard of that. I never knew that was a term.
Yeah, like my mom has it, and I think my grandma has it. It just
Wait.
passed
What
down.
is it? Your big toe is smaller than your
The next
Next
toe, over. It should be like the big toe is the largest. And it
Yeah.
gets smaller and smaller.
like length or
Length. Yeah. No, it's not like I have another like pinky toe right there.
or do you have like?
It looks like a normal big toe, but it's just not as long.
Yeah.
I think mine's is longer too.
I mean, shorter.
I've never. No, longer.
No.
No, you have a Morden's toe as well.
Do you?
He doesn't though. They're like they're all the same size.
They're like this one is slightly larger, right?
No.
Put it down.
No, that's a Morden's toe.
Let me see.
Yours is what more drastic though, right?
I don't know. Let me see.
Oh my god.
Oh, it is. It is. Whoa. See, you were learning stuff.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a
Ours
thing.
is more.
Look at that.
Alan's is definitely more noticeable.
Yeah.
Everybody's whooping out their feet.
I know. Hell
All
yeah.
right, well,
Now
tune
we
into
gotta-
the Random Dudes with Random Brews premium foot Snapchat.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure there's like a niche, like a
What fetish?
niche fetish for
Following
Morden's
out
toe
here.
somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Watch our subs and views just go up crazy.
People start commenting. I want to suck on those.
Oh, you fuck.
We're gonna talk about something else next episode. They can be like, talk about toes again.
Where the fuck are the feet?
That's what all the good comments are about. It's like 5 out of 10 on the podcast. Loved when they talked about feet. Everything else is kind of trash.
Only like the toes.
But yeah, but like, the only thing I'm just looking up the Wikipedia article. The only thing bad with it is like sometimes shoes will be uncomfortable. I have a wide foot, so I always get like it's always hard to find good shoes.
Hold on, I'm gonna step out real quick. Got bugs running down my nose.
Let me see.
We're hitting all the bases today.
Oh yeah.
But other than that, there's nothing really wrong. But like looking at these pictures, some people have a lot worse than me.
Let me see.
Like mine looks like that one, but this one looks like a lot
Jesus.
more.
Oh, okay. That's definitely. Did you guys ever watch? Oh man, American Horror Stories. The guy with the weird. Was it Weird Hands or was it?
Oh, the
Scary Movie 2?
The lobster hands,
Was it Lobster Hands?
Right.
For American Horror
Oh, that
Stories.
was on Freak Show.
yeah, Freak Show.
Freak Show. Now I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh man.
with the long hands, and he like
Yeah.
fingers a girl.
Yeah.
remember that
Oh
one.
shit.
Remember that one?
No, you must have watched that.
No.
Because I didn't watch that.
Yeah,
Holy shit! That shit was so weird.
yeah, that one's weird.
Because you watched a lot more episodes with Daisy than you did with me.
Yeah, because she like watching it. I'm not too fond of it.
I never got through that whole series. I stopped on like
I watched,
maybe
like-
that
I
episode.
stopped on
think.
Freak Show.
I watch like episodes here and there.
Yeah, it was too freaky for me.
Yeah, that's weird.
I skipped that one and I started again, like because I just couldn't get through the Freak Show. Man, that thing was like. It got me. Anyway,
I like the supernatural parts of it, though. I like that a lot, like the ghost and all that.
oops.
But like
Sorry, mosquito.
the weird stuff, like
Had it coming.
people who are deformed on that, like gets under my skin.
You know what's a weird theory that I have that my friend Hector brought up to me?
So,
If I was born like sometime in the past, I probably would not have lived to this age because
lot of
I'm
people.
allergic to like food and shit, and like
Yeah.
medicine was probably not advanced to treat stuff like that. So,
How far back though?
well, I mean, probably
talking centuries.
Even like 100, 200 years ago.
Probably
I
100.
I don't think that would be the case because human beings in general have been just really smart in the way that they've proceeded, and not necessarily with like allergies, but like if like someone saw that something was causing them harm, they weren't going to eat it. And I feel like that's why we've been able to carry on these like genetic or
But how would you
say
know?
It's like your
But
say it's like
first
your
time.
bee allergy. If you get bit,
Oh yeah, my bee allergy too.
it's not really something he can prevent. If he's just walking down some
just
fucking
don't
lane,
fuck with bees, bro.
Bruh.
he can
Yeah, what
literally
if
just
you
be
live in the
minding his
desert?
fucking business and he just gets
Yeah,
bit.
that is true.
What?
Imagine just being born in a third world country.
That's
That's true.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they can just people literally still die of diarrhea.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's the biggest killer.
here, yeah.
Right? Like
And then here-
dysentery is the biggest killer of like people.
Something like that, yeah.
You're probably right.
I don't know. Let me check.
Look that shit up, Jamie.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah, probably a
pretty
couple
much
hundred years
drinking-
ago, you probably would have.
R.I.P.
Yeah, maybe just off the bee thing,
Yeah,
ant thing,
crazy shit.
and your shellfish thing, maybe.
What if you lived inland, like not near the waters?
That's true.
Yeah.
It would have been that big of an issue.
Well, I mean,
Till
if
he
I'm
traveled.
looking back at my actual ancestry, if I was born back in the day, it'd be in Mexico, center of Mexico.
Yeah, you're not too close to
So-
water.
Yeah.
Good point. That's probably why you're allergic. Maybe.
But I always feel that way about allergies too, just normal allergies. I
It's
feel
actually
like
heart disease. Sorry.
oh
Heart disease, and then strokes, and then lower respiratory infections, and then you got
That sounds
diarrhea
like
diseases.
sounds like stuff happened that's here,
Yeah.
or within developing countries.
Yeah, that sounds like first world.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it's
I mean,
not.
our
I was gonna
populations are bigger just because we have access to like medicine and all that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Oh, I was gonna say I have this theory about allergies, like common allergies that we all have. Maybe not all of us, but like just sneezing and stuff like that during certain times of the year. Like I feel like sometimes that happens because like our native blood and where we're from isn't native to this geographical area, so it's like foreign stuff that you're breathing in. I mean, it could also have a lot to do with the smog and shit, because air quality here is fucking terrible.
Trash.
But I also feel like some of it has to do with the geographical like,
Definitely.
area.
Yeah, it's
I don't know.
definitely it.
That's how I
Imagine people that
This
are living
was
like
part of Mexico.
it was part of Mexico, but it's
So-
nowhere near where I'm from. Nowhere near. If you go there, it's completely different terrain.
Yeah. It's a while down.
Yeah. I don't know, that's just the way I feel about it.
Where are your parents from, Chris?
Mexico.
No way, dude. It's fucking crazy, dog.
Wow.
Yeah, my dad grew up on Baja California, and a little he. Yeah,
That's why he knows how to fuck up those fish tacos.
and my mom's from a little bit more south and more towards the center of Mexico.
Jalisco.
No, I'm trying to think of the. She's from Querétaro, I believe. That's the.
I've never heard of that.
Me neither.
It's in a small town.
Give me a second. I think that's a city for some
He's
reason.
gonna Google it. Where is my mom from?
No, because I'm trying to distinguish from state from
City. To Ciudad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, but they're both from Mexico, and I definitely I see the difference in like terrain. I don't necessarily would attribute anything to like the maybe like respiratory problems, because you gotta understand the amount of dirt and like dust in those areas.
What do you mean? We're in the desert. There's a lot of
Exactly,
dirt and dust
which is
here, too.
the same thing as being over there. Like, and so I would attribute a lot of the stuff from dirt and desert terrain. Although there isn't as much like carbon in the air, probably due to like smog and
Out there,
those,
you mean?
yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
and so it actually might be a lot better.
Yeah. I would like to see some stats behind that. Like, I know there's a lot of dirt over there, but like they have less smog.
Well,
And some
Some areas, yeah.
lower income countries, the highest like death rate, I think that came from number one, I think was I think it might have been heart disease still, but number two was like respiratory problems.
Oh, so
then
they
number
also
three
have
was-
bad
and then
air
number
quality.
three was like dysentery. Yeah, so
That's interesting.
so this I feel like comes more from regions that are like overpopulated and like third world countries where there's less regulation on pollution and pollutants. So, but that's, I don't know.
I mean, I
It
think
has to do a lot with the environment and where you're living.
I think you can also say like it like in other certain countries it's going to be less than others, so you can't really say it's all developing countries as a whole. Maybe it's still pretty bad, but I feel like there's that few exception where the air quality is pretty clean. Just how you can say that with the states. Like there's probably some states where there's not as much like construction and industrialization, where it's probably still pretty good. I don't know. That's just my assumption.
Colorado.
I hear Colorado's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. All right, cool.
I like to live in Colorado.
I wouldn't mind living in Colorado.
Yeah.
Where would you guys like to live?
Sorry. My mom is from Querétaro.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I was correct.
Thank you. Thank you for the update. I'll write that down.
Sorry.
I'll write it down. I think for me it would be Oregon. It's my favorite state I've visited so far.
Yeah.
Still,
Arizona's pretty-
visited. No,
Yeah. I've been to Texas. I've been to Arizona. I've been to
Texas.
Nevada.
I'm just kidding.
I've been, huh?
You said Oregon.
Yeah. Why are you asking questions? Distracting. I like Arizona. I'm just kidding.
And we lost.
Eh.
lost the manager.
Fuck, man.
All right, I'm head out. I like Oregon. It's more greenery. It's nicer. But
Would you feel like you'd be?
I feel like
And
an
I-
outsider.
No. If you were to move there, would you feel like your health would like
Improve.
just your
It's got to.
mental state and
actually,
like how you
huh.
feel and just being in that environment? Do you think your health in general would improve?
I think mentally it would improve because obviously you're pretty far from like
City.
your loved ones and your cities, and because specifically where I'm thinking is this city where I visited my fiance's grandparents, and it's a small town, like 15,000 people, and I like it there. So it's a different type because here, even though the city we live in is not as big, there's a shitload of people here.
Oh yeah, too many people.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
look that up.
I think we have like hundreds, thousands.
We're in
Yeah, I
the
can see
hundred thousands. I don't know what number specific.
Actually, the city we live in is going to be, if the population increases at the rate it is, it's going to be the biggest city in the county.
Oh really? That's interesting.
211,000.
There's a lot of growth there.
So over 200,000 people.
Yeah.
Oh wow, it's a good amount.
Definitely.
But yeah, but with all those people, we get a lot more stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel we have very little stuff relative to how much people we have here. Like we couldn't even find a restaurant to eat at the other day.
No, we couldn't find a restaurant we all agreed on.
Yeah, there's plenty of restaurants. We were not short
Plenty of
on
restaurants.
restaurants.
Yeah, I don't think we're short on things to do.
I do think we're short on
Some
things. to do.
things.
There's
We're not like cities
Actual-
like LA and Venice and stuff like
I
that.
still don't think I'd enjoy living out there though.
I don't know.
I'm not a
Personally.
city person.
Like
Too many
it's
people.
it's not.
Yeah.
I love the city life, but LA is so dirty,
Oh, fuck that.
so dirty and so expensive. I don't think it's worth what you pay for.
For me, it's
at
just
all.
the population in general.
I don't mind people. Like I would love to live in Phoenix, and that's like a city.
Yeah, but there's a lot less people.
There is a lot less people. That's true. Maybe that's also something I like because like when we drove out there, in downtown, nothing compared to downtown LA. You
I
can
know.
get anywhere within 5 minutes.
We were walking like fine. It was clean. The only thing it was hot as shit, but
And I know a lot of people that would like discourage a lot of people from moving out there.
Oh yeah,
But
but I would not be able to live out there. Like I don't like even here. I can't fucking stand the heat anymore.
the way I see it is I'm hardly outside. When am I going to complain about the heat? On the way to work? Okay, I'm going to work inside a fucking office.
that's a good point.
What am I going to complain? When I'm at home, I'm going to be inside of my fucking house.
That's
I don't
true,
know,
but like, what about when you want to do like outside activities? Like here we have the beach, and it's like an hour away.
Yeah, well, what do we have though? We have the lake. That was like what, 15 minutes away, 30 minutes away.
Yeah, and I got burnt.
It's because you're an idiot.
Just trying to come up with rebuttals.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I had a bad time.
we never tried that. The tubing.
Oh, dude, the tubing there looks so
There were
sick.
so many people. That was the most people I saw at one location.
Yeah, so for anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, there's like, I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of rivers where they do that, but we went to this one spot.
Salt
where-
Lake. It was a Salt Lake River or Salt River. Rivers flow, so it was a river.
Yeah.
It was a Salt River tubing.
Yeah, anyway, you go to a certain location next to a river and you rent a tube or you take your own tube. You get into this bus and it's like a really like old school bus. It's
Like
pretty
a
dope.
yellow bus.
Yeah. And it takes you to the top of the river. It's like
Top of the mountain, and you just fucking
Yeah, you
flow
just
down the
flow down.
Hey, get the fuck out and then just tube down the river. And it's a strong
and
current.
that's like the thing that everybody does. Like that's like a community thing.
Yeah,
I
it was
wouldn't
pretty
be
cool.
able to fucking do that. It's too cold.
Oh my
That fucking water was
God.
freezing.
You're such
I
a
got
girl.
used to it after a while. That river was pretty scary.
Water felt good.
When we let ourselves let the river take us,
Yeah,
that
dude.
was low key a bad idea.
I have a friend, and they live near Phoenix. And they went to the river,
Did they?
and she told me that she almost died.
No.
The
probably
current
this.
swept her.
It's probably that
Yeah.
same river.
It was,
probably-
was it in Phoenix? Near Phoenix?
It was near Phoenix.
Yeah, it was near Phoenix.
Yeah, it probably was.
That river is pretty fucking deadly.
Yeah. It's
I was
intense.
like, of course, my bright self. I was like, let's just swim down current because I think we were trying to look for something like more fun to do because we were just kind of swimming. So I was just like, well, let's take the river down current. And
Yeah.
all of us did it, and it was kind of a bad idea.
It was cool though.
Yeah, it was still fun.
We didn't die.
Thankfully, that's what we're saying until like, I remember there was this one part in the river, like I couldn't touch the ground, and it was like pulling me kind of under because it was like a deep end, and I got so freaked out. I was like trying to like stay afloat, like shit.
But it wasn't too bad because I was swimming against it. I didn't go anywhere, but I was able to stay at the in place. So I guess it wasn't that bad. But if you let it take you, like it could be pretty bad. Yeah. I don't-
But so you're saying living in a place of wilderness, taking it back. Sorry. So you're saying living in a place of wilderness is gonna increase your mental like state and make you feel healthier.
No, I
Like-
think there's other factors that come into it. Obviously, like you're gonna be far away from all your loved ones, so that might take
Yeah.
into some type of mental ability. Like you have to make new friends, and that's even if you can make, you're probably going to be correlating the friends that you have over here, trying to make friends like that over there, which is going to be different.
It's
like in
definitely gonna
Oregon,
be different.
like Oregon,
Yeah, that's a big
yeah,
factor.
like us. If we go out there, we're pretty Hispanic, and Alan looks kind of Hispanic. You're light skinned.
I just gotta cut my hair, shave. I can blend in.
Chris, you're pretty light skinned. You're super light skinned, and your hair is pretty light, more light brownish. But I think me and Ruben look more Hispanic.
Especially me.
Yeah, especially Ruben. So when we go up there, I'm not gonna lie, like I enjoyed it, but at the end of the day, like you just feel some type of uncomfortability, like 'cause
Talking
you're-
about Arizona or
Oregon.
Oregon. Oh.
just because you're kind of out of place. We're outnumbered.
Yeah, I went to Maryland
Shit.
Oh.
for vacation,
Yeah.
and I was visiting Washington D.C.
Oh, did you go to any museums?
Yeah, I went to Smithsonian. It was cool. But yeah,
That's dope.
so I went over like the summer,
Yeah.
and Yeah, everyone's white.
Really?
You do feel out of place.
And
like-
you're more light skinned, so I feel like if I were to be there, like
Really? Yeah.
I definitely, because I know going to Arizona, I had already made these assumptions that going there, people were gonna look at me weird, and I was gonna stand out, and I knew I stood out, but people were so friendly,
Yeah.
super friendly. I loved it, and it just changed my whole conceptions about people that live there.
Mhm.
Not that I had anything against them or anything like that, but
the same thing in Oregon.
Yeah.
They were really nice.
yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, it really depends. Like, I'm not gonna go to Alabama.
Fuck.
Yeah, well, no, I hear a lot of the southern states are still pretty radical.
Yeah.
Yeah,
To say the least.
to say the least. Yeah, so
But yeah, I've been job searching, and a lot of it's really hard to find something in California. It's very competitive, but the most luck I've been getting is out of state, and the far, like I got some for Texas, Arizona, and I just don't want to move. Like I would know no one.
yeah.
I wouldn't know anyone. It's weird.
But I also feel like, I don't know if you guys feel this way, but I feel like where we're at currently in terms of population within California, we're already at that threshold, even past it, some might say.
Mhm.
So I feel like moving out of the state is something that, I mean, maybe it's probably possible to live in California, but I don't feel like you'd be able to live too comfortably.
I don't know. I feel like California is a big enough place to house all these people. It's just that we're all centered around we're on little clumps.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Like if you go up north, there's like not.
Oh, there's
hardly
nothing
anyone.
up there.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
but-
you guys,
Or on the way up there, I should
So-
say. Nothing on the way up
so
there.
you guys are talking about this like I don't know. I feel like you guys are talking about all of California as if it's like there's stuff everywhere, but there are some really remote places. Even like on my drive down to San Diego, you get off the freeway on some exits and there's nothing for miles. Like it's straight desert or straight mountain, and it's like holy shit. These are like more remote areas, and I don't know. I feel like you guys gotta consider this if you guys gonna be like talking about California like that. Like, yeah, you're still close to be able to drive off to the city, but at the same time, it's like if you don't want to, you can just lose yourself in wherever part of the middle of nowhere you're in. You know?
Chris, I just said that. I just said that.
Sorry, we're just fucking going around.
Thank you for repeating what Alan just said. We appreciate it.
We appreciate it.
Anyway, all right. Looks like 2 spots are open.
Down to 2.
Well, Ruben, now it's just you and me. It's gonna be an interview now.
Fucking podcast name, Random Dude with one random brew.
Anyway, going back to the topic that we were talking about
Talking about sick.
yeah.
That's fucking sick.
You know,
Did you mention your language?
shit. Hell yeah.
That's what's up.
That's fucking
Is
sick.
that how you guys
With it,
talk down there in San Diego?
You wouldn't know, but
Yeah, let's go get
Actually,
coffee. Hell yeah, I'm down, dude.
Okay, good.
Anyway, as I was saying,
You think she's gonna hit?
Stupid.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. You idiot.
like I was saying, with all I can think is fucking mental health, but self-diagnosing yourself and actual having
Whoa, we just took like 5 steps back with that.
exactly, because I don't know where the fuck this shit was going. It's just
It was
like
a good conversation.
I don't know about that.
Oh,
Like,
no,
it was
wild
kind of
tangent.
like, yo, where we moving? Like,
Chris, I want to talk about where I want to live.
no shit. But is that really the place for our podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yo, if you guys want to meet me, I'm moving out to AZ. I'm gonna throw a fucking rager, dog. Alright, anyway.
Ruben wants to live in Arizona so bad.
I do, but my girl's not down with that, so it's not happening.
Yeah.
Rip. But I would also consider moving to Washington. And I know they're very
Oh.
2 different states, but dude, Washington?
I want to live in what's it called? Why am I blanking on this so hard right now? It's in Washington. It's where all the tech places are.
Seattle?
Seattle. love Seattle.
I could definitely see you living out there for sure.
Yeah, that's
I want to live in Seattle so bad.
I would live on the outskirts. I guess the outskirts. I would live more near the lakes and whatnot, just because I'd love to fish. I wouldn't mind making the drive to Seattle as long as it's within an hour. But I don't know. I don't know the terrain that well.
demographics of that.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know.
All right, Chris, what were we talking about?
Yeah, let's go back to your topic, dude.
Self-diagnosis is
I'm lost. Sorry.
All right.
I'm thinking about where I'm thinking about where I want to live now. Like you guys.
Where do you want to live, Chris?
I mean, okay.
You already live in San
you
Diego.
live in a nice area.
Let's just avoid the fact that let's just say you're gonna own a house. Would you love to stay in San Diego?
I'd want to buy a fucking shit ton of land.
Okay, so not San Diego.
Probably not San Diego. I don't know. I want
Temecula?
might be Temecula. Honestly, just buy a shit ton of land and
Temecula's pretty nice.
get a bunch of
Oh,
acres
dude,
and maybe
Temecula?
like start farming.
Well, there's another area that's by Temecula that I would.
Marietta.
No, there's
Marietta's
another
a
one.
little nicer too.
Marietta's pretty nice too. It's on the way. Oh fuck, dude! I'm
Fallbrook.
blanking so hard right now, but it's on the way to San Diego. But I think it's more than halfway from
San
here to
Marcos.
there. Maybe San Marcos. It might be San Marcos.
What is it?
Our beer
what's
guy?
there?
Huh? It's just really nice in terms
Or
of.
San
I mean,
Marcos.
San Diego in general is super beautiful, but like obviously living further away is going to decrease the living expenses.
Yeah.
So that's why I would do something like that.
I still feel like San Diego, some part of it is livable. Did you guys see that
part of it, yeah.
little shack that made the news?
Oh no, was it in LA?
No, it was in San Diego.
Oh, it was
Wait, what
where they
happened?
rented it out? The one that they
it was
rented out?
it was legit like a shed.
shack,
And
right?
it was like $1,050
to rent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That's fucking ridiculous.
You didn't see that?
Where the fuck's it at?
We're definitely over the threshold.
Oh, you don't like? How's your? Well, we want
Live
to
from
I
Shack
got
in San
fucking
Diego.
kicked out. Let's go. No, I'm kidding.
All right,
No, yeah, I
Diego
did
spot.
see that. I didn't read anything about it, but I saw
It's crazy.
the post.
That's California in one picture.
You're not lying. Yeah.
Better than fucking China, where they're fucking paying $1 million for a small ass closet
yeah.
apartment.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Shit, what show was it? This person lived in like a 5 foot wide
Yeah.
studio type of thing, but it was
How
just
long was it?
It was like
It's a box, like
Really?
literally
yeah,
a box, like a closet. The size of your closet, people are living in that shit.
but it was like due to the high population, but also like some people just like the simplistic living, like of just going home and sleeping, and that's it.
You know, as extreme as that sounds, I feel like maybe not to that extent, but I feel like we as Americans, like
We like big,
we like
fucking
big home,
big
like
grand things.
yeah, especially when it comes to houses that are being built now, and it's probably not something that American people are asking for because most people have like households within maybe 3 to 4 people living there max. But like the houses that are being built are ridiculous,
Yeah.
and that makes it so much more unaffordable. I don't know. It's just the way I feel about it.
I think you're right.
So, since you want to go back to your topic, Chris, what are we talking about?
Wait,
What's wrong with you?
What?
You still haven't said where you wanted to live.
Oh yeah, that's right. Where do you want to live?
Oh, I said I wanted to buy
A lot of land. That's it.
I don't care where. I could be Mexico.
That's what a lot of people are doing
down to
too.
Mexico. Fucking-
How un-American.
Yeah.
America.
And
But that means you get dual citizenship. Well, I mean, it's probably a process, but you can get dual citizenship. That's pretty neat.
Yeah. I don't really care. I want to stay here.
You do, even if you could buy a house in fucking Mexico on the beach for like, let's just say $30K.
Nah.
That's probably not going to be that cheap, but
No,
Nah.
a house on the beach in Mexico runs you about 200K.
200.
Yeah, that's cheap.
That's still
so
cheap.
cheap. But still now.
You probably can't find a house
here.
fucking in Fontana for that price. A new house, at
No, you
least.
can.
Not a new house,
Heck no.
But then you
Oh,
also,
not a new house.
brand new built
Yeah.
one?
Yeah. because they're building their houses to what they want for 200K. I'm
but then
almost sure.
again, if you were to do that, you also invoke the process of gentrification, in which you raise the cost of living for people living there and kind of fucking kick people out to the outskirts. So I think it's a little bit of a negative thing. So I don't
see
know.
that.
Just my view.
Healthy
Nah,
competition.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a judge fire.
Stupid.
Shouts out to TMG. Sponsor us now.
Sponsor us.
The fucking podcast sponsoring the podcast.
That'd be funny. Okay.
Let's get down to business.
Self-diagnosis.
I self-diagnose myself as a genius.
No,
Jeez.
yeah.
It's a hardship I live with every day.
Like Thanos, like you're not the only one cursed with knowledge. It's like, all right, dickhead. It just means you're smart.
You know what though? In terms of self-diagnosis, I could be completely wrong about this, but I back in the day when we used to play football at the park, I injured my ankle, and I think I tore some kind of ligament. I think it's either an ACL or an MCL, whatever. But when you tear that, you're not able to put the same amount of pressure that you normally can, and you're not able to you know how certain football players they have to juke people and whatnot. You're not able to do quick movements like that. But a lot of they say that a lot of people have torn their ACL or MCL. I can't remember which one it is, so don't quote me on this. They have torn it and they don't know that they've torn it because a lot of normal people who don't do exercise to that extent can live without it. Because you won't notice that. You can walk fine. You'll be able to walk fine. But I notice it, especially when I lift weights. When I lift weights, my right leg does more of the lifting than my left. And that's not because I'm more comfortable with my right. It's simply because my entire left side isn't able to support the weight the same way.
That's bad.
Yeah, it's really bad because it affects your back, and I feel that all the time.
Have you got to go check that out?
Negative.
Do you have insurance?
Yeah, I do.
So why don't you?
Too lazy.
Oh my god! I actually had knee problems,
And that's how I got scoliosis.
I was self-diagnosing myself with knee problems because every time I went to squat,
Yeah.
I'd hear my knees crack, and it would just be a normalized fucking squat, and my knees are just I was
Both of them?
Yeah, both of
Oh,
them. I
shit.
was fucking cartilage? What the fuck? Am I going fucking? Am I gonna have?
That's how my left one is.
Am I gonna have fucking? I forgot the diseases. With
Arthritis?
Arthritis, at fucking 20.
20.
And I want to go talk to the doctor, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you're suffering from I forgot what disease." He said, so basically your knees not aligned correctly. And so what I would recommend for you is to do weights, not heavy weights, but
Moderate, light to
more
moderate.
to support your muscles around your knee.
Like a rehab kind of thing.
Yeah. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, I still feel it. I went through that. I did that process for 3 months, and I don't know. I don't think it was enough.
Yeah, I think it's something you have to have surgery for. And again, I'm not a doctor, but I just assume that it's something you have to get surgery for to fix something like that.
Yeah. So he was telling me to do leg raises to help support the muscles above the knee.
That sucks though, that it's in both knees.
Yeah.
That must
It was
affect
both
you a
knees
lot.
because the way they were cracking.
Oh, it's interesting. Do you guys have any problems with weightlifting or anything like that?
I don't think so. No.
No?
Not for me.
All right. I got another topic.
I think for me, it's because I don't mean to cut you off, but I think for me, a lot of reason that has to do with that is lifting weights so young and being a dumbass and thinking you can fucking put the fucking world on your shoulders. And even though it was in football, I feel like coaches didn't do enough to protect you. At least at our school. There are probably some schools with better programs, but I feel like they definitely did not care about your well-being at all. They just wanted you to play the sport.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You're an end to a mean.
I mean,
Nothing else.
most of them thought that you weren't
Thank
going to
you.
make it past high school anyway. So they
Yeah.
just wanted you to give it your all.
Yeah.
Because the mentality of some of the coaches was, this is going to be it for you. You're going to be talking about high school the rest of your life. That's it.
Yeah.
That's as far as you're going to get. And
That's shitty.
yeah, but
On that note, high school is fucking tight.
All right, what's your next topic?
No, I was gonna say if you can say like these were genetic diseases passed on, like you were gonna pass these, and you knew you were gonna pass these on to your kids.
Mm-hmm.
But there was, say, you could genetically manipulate your sperm or whatever, and whoever your partner's egg was, and you could prevent these disease. Would you?
Is that eugenics? Is that what that is?
Isn't that like a possible thing that's happening now?
Yeah.
So it is a thing that is kind of happening right now. Like recently, there was these two twins in China that were pretty much this process underwent this process, and they are apparently immune to AIDS.
But I heard there's
Drawbacks to that, right?
because when you alter a gene or whatever, you also it's not just 1-to-1. There's so many things linked to it. So because now that I think they're highly resistant to HIV. I don't think they're immune, but now they're more
Prone to other diseases.
prone to something else. I think it was like diabetes or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Fuck.
Mhm.
So it's not 1-to-1. Like there's consequences to whatever. It's like you
Okay.
raise one, you lower something else.
The other thing is you start manipulating people's genes like that. You don't keep track of them, and they're still going out and into the world. Say maybe some of them know and some of them don't know. How are you gonna like see whose genetics have been manipulated before? And you're introducing, like you said, these new things out there. And
Hopefully we
don't
get some like
understand
superheroes.
what
with the
exactly is going to go
disease.
on with their
Yeah,
with their system.
yeah. I decided not to fuck with like natural things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
let
to
it
answer
be.
your question,
But-
no,
but-
not doing that.
No.
I don't care.
You guys wouldn't?
No.
So is
Not-
not even if
not
you
at
had
all.
like breast cancer and you fucking knew your kid was going to have breast cancer or something like that.
I don't know.
But
You
you
wouldn't,
can't
like-
guarantee
That's
that your
hard.
kid is going to
Yeah.
have breast cancer. Unless
And
you're hypothetically speaking.
so hypothetically speaking, your kid has 70% probability of having breast cancer. So imagine like say you and your partner both had like breast cancer or whatever.
Yeah, but
And-
then like say you
So-
tell the doctor and he's all right. Now he's like 10% chance of that, or she's having 10%. I think guys can still get it, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's less likely to occur, but they can still get it.
Your child has 10% chance of getting breast cancer, but now they have more chance of like getting Down syndrome or something like that. You know, not Down syndrome, but you get what I'm saying.
Well,
Something
what
else.
what if there was no repercussion like that
But that's
tied to it?
the truth to it is that they're
No, the
probably
truth is
going
we
to
don't
be.
know. The truth is we don't know what the repercussions are, but we know for a fact that they will not be getting breast cancer.
So are
you've
you
already
saying that there's
altered
not
that
going to
gene.
be any repercussions
I'm
whatsoever,
not saying
or we don't
I'm not,
know?
I'm not saying there's no repercussions.
So you're
I'm
just saying we don't know.
But who are we to play God like that? Like,
Whoa. Who?
Imagine-
Wait.
imagine.
How do you know God didn't want us to play God?
Who is this guy we're talking
All
about?
right. Well,
I don't understand.
all right. All right. Okay. You already see all the racial like tension and class tension that we have today.
Uh-huh.
Now imagine in a world where now we have people who are different genetically, and say there's a new like genetic version of people, and they are treating others who are say born naturally different.
Okay.
And then what if it's used in a bad way, like
Like goats.
say they isolate say Hispanic people and they start
Okay.
making their genes worse on purpose.
That
I
would.
don't know why I feel like that's just
Okay.
something that's going to happen.
What if instead of making people's genes worse, it acted as like a hospital where people were actually treated and it made their genes or whatever to prevent diseases.
Yeah, but you're looking
Actual-
at this with such a pure
I'm
clear
looking
filter.
I'm looking at
Yeah.
this in the way we're isolating ways to kill diseases and extend the lives of human beings.
But what if what if they
that's-
sell that behind a money? Like, oh, we'll
Yes,
sell you
Exactly.
like $5 million and your kid won't ever get diabetes.
Exactly. There's no way around it. You can't put that clear filter on
Yeah.
it without there being some kind of drawback to it.
There is
If you're saying that your kid's going to be completely perfect, it's
there's
going to be really
monetary
expensive.
value to this because
But then now you're separating people who are just more likely not to get it. Like Hispanic people in general aren't as
but okay. What
well
if
off.
what if it became a thing where the more people that opted into it, the cheaper it was. So because we already knew the gene that caused, like, say, Down syndrome or things like cancer, and we knew how to alter these genes because so many people didn't want their kids to be born with like these diseases or to fall prey to these diseases in the future.
But
their genes were modified.
But when you look at
Early
this, when you look at this at a different perspective, like something that's preventable and treatable, so let's say diabetes. We have the technology to help cure people, but guess what? Corporations, all of that, monetize it. Like
Exactly, but the more people that are opting in for this, it would be
there's
cheaper.
a lot of people who have diabetes, and insulin
Exactly.
is not cheap.
And do you think,
but it can be.
Yeah, but do you think maybe modifying their genes so that they wouldn't be predisposed to diabetes would actually, like, so many people would actually opt into that by the time it actually rolled through, it'd be kind of cheap because we know what the hell we'd be.
Well, this needs to be researched.
Okay.
And the people with money who are going to research these are going to be pharmaceutical companies or big corporations,
Of course.
and they're going to need a way to monetize it.
Okay.
It's not like a nonprofit is doing this.
Of course. And say government regulation goes through and it becomes like a hospital thing, and now it becomes FDA regulated, and now it falls under this pharmaceutical thing where we're trying to prevent diseases, now falls under the government, and the government saying it's free for everybody.
I really don't see that happening.
Would you modify human genes?
Well, you're telling me in a perfect world, would you do it? And I'm like, oh, hell yeah, I would. But it's not going to happen that way.
Yeah.
So yeah, Chris is just setting up the premise. So the premise, like Chris's world, yes.
Yeah, of course. Well, like, fuck you guys. No, I want the babies to have Down syndrome. No, of course not.
Yeah.
But then there's people like who are born with Down syndrome and are able to fully function in society, which would argue you're really going to kill off or like that possibility
Yeah, so
of
some people see it more as a
eugenics thing where you're actually creating you're choosing who and like pretty much
you can pick and choose. Really.
Yeah. And who comes into this world,
Because some people,
and because you're genetically modifying that human,
some people see it as like a more of a blessing. Like I had this sign language class in college, and then the teacher was telling us like even if I could have hearing, I wouldn't, because of the community that she built it, and like she feels like it was made her
That's who she is.
rare. Yeah, or not rare. That's not the word I'm looking for, but make her stand out.
I have a fucked up question that reminded me of.
Right.
Like, this is like a really fucked up like situation.
All right.
Say, I feel like this happened before. I'm not sure. Like, I saw this a long time ago. Like that. The deaf community is a special community, and people, like you said, your teacher said she wouldn't want to be any other way.
Yeah.
Say you have two deaf parents, and they have a child who's also deaf, but they have the chance to give them their hearing, and they refuse not to. Is that right?
I mean, that's kind of the same thing as to what Chris is asking.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's a moral question, right?
Yeah, that's more. I don't know.
But
That's
they
more
have
of
the
a moral.
chance.
Yeah.
They have the chance. Should they? If they don't, nothing bad's gonna happen.
How young is the kid?
It's a baby.
Baby.
It's born. It's a year.
I mean, I think as none of us are parents, so we can't really answer that question as if we had a kid.
but
if you're able to give them the opportunity to learn both worlds, I don't see a problem with that.
Yeah.
Why not?
Because it's not like it's gonna lose out. Both of its parents are deaf, so it's gonna have to communicate with its parents one way or another. So it's gonna learn sign language, but it's also gonna have the opportunity to be
But
able to
it's-
hear.
it's a hardship not being able to hear.
Yeah.
It is possible to live fully
Yeah.
without it, but it is a hardship.
I mean, we have a friend whose both parents were deaf, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to say his name just because I don't know if he wants to
Yeah.
be honest or not. And I feel like even though he can hear clearly and his parents can't, he has so much love for that community, for the deaf community.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't think he would have it any other way. That's just what I see from.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I think as a parent, you would want what's best for your kid, especially as a baby.
Okay, so yeah, so
Yes.
it's up for interpretation for the parents.
Yeah.
Now, you as a government entity, should that kid be able to hear or not?
It should have
What
whatever.
are the? Why
It should
would
be-
you oppose that?
Honestly, it should be the parent's choice.
Is it the parent's choice?
I feel like it should
But when,
be.
now we have the technology, so everyone has no diseases. Blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah.
Okay.
So why
Okay,
should
okay,
we
Okay. now-
let people have no hearing? It
Because-
is a detriment.
Because I feel like it would still be a monetary choice, like somehow in there.
No, we
to
have
be
regulations.
modifying,
We have
people,
regulations.
It'd still be a monetary thing. Like
we live in a perfect society.
All
No
right,
one
all
has
right,
disease.
all right.
No one has any problems.
So then their deaf parents should be within a couple generations.
As a government entity, is it my responsibility to make sure my citizens have nothing wrong with them? Should I force upon them these issues?
That would be an ethical question right there.
So what if I don't believe in genetical like modification, genetics, right?
Mhm.
Why? Who is it for you to see? Like, these are hard questions.
There are
Nobody.
hard questions.
But at the same time, if the rest of society is being genetically modified to have perfect human beings or near perfect human beings, like they have 20/20 vision, they're less susceptible to like diseases such as Alzheimer's and whatever diseases are out there.
Okay.
Pretty much low risk of heart disease, low risk of diabetes. These are like top human beings, you know, like
All right,
that are being produced.
Let me ask you a question.
What about the competitiveness now compared to like people that are being born normal, you know?
All right,
There's
now-
going to be that level of competitiveness.
Yeah, you're right. But why stop there? Why don't we genetically modify humans to be able to grow more, be taller, be more stronger?
Exactly what's going to be happening with the genetics that is
And
going
like
on.
I said, it's not going to be given to everyone.
and that's when you're correct, and I feel like it would be a monetary like incentive to purchase these attributes to your children, you know, like, oh, I want my child to be tall. Oh, that's going to be another $5,000. All right, don't trip. And so there are going to be like people who pick and choose who their kids are, you know, but at the same time, it's like, if you had the possibility for your child not to grow up with like some of these diseases, would you?
Of course. But the point I'm trying to make is introducing this brings too many,
Variables.
like, it divides the population too much,
Yeah.
which is bad. That's the point I'm trying to make. Like,
Right.
with the whole deaf thing, like, why are we trying to
I don't know if you guys
unify?
ever saw the movie Gattaca. No. Okay. Nods around the table. Anyway, it's a movie where literally genetic modification into the perfect jobs, pretty much, or genetic modification to the point where people are literally genetic modified for specific jobs, are like, and literally that's the premise of the whole movie. It's like this guy that is born natural born versus these and his competitiveness of genetically modified people and his drive to leave or to become an astronaut, where he was not actually like born with these physical attributes of being tall, of being having that 20/20 vision that like is probably needed, having, I don't know, reflexes needed to like fly a flight simulator or something. And he just his show willpower and drive pretty much get him to that point. And it becomes a question of what actually makes like a person reach that level of I guess where the qualifications for something, you know,
Yeah.
like whether it be a job or to be an athlete, you know, what physical attributes are needed for these positions, I guess.
Well, that's why I get my point at. I think in a perfect world where everyone's equal, yeah, this sounds great. But it's never going to be like that. So I say don't even bother.
And on that note,
Peace out.
peace out. I don't know. It's
You tell us your thoughts on what we spoke about. Would you, if possible, modify your kids to not have certain diseases or illnesses that you might acquire?
Oh, me?
No, it was just a question. A cliffhanger. Then that's
Yeah.
when we add the dun dun dun.
Oh, so I fucking blanked completely right there.
And that has been Random Dudes with Random Dudes. Bruce.
Dun 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 dun.
And we got copyrighted.
You didn't say what the name of the song was.
So I stream an entire movie. I didn't say what it's called.
It's like those shows like Zoe 101 and stuff. Like they would have the pair phones and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
You knew what they meant, but it just wasn't like. Or like somebody has a laptop and it's silver. And there happens to be like some type of white icon like right in the middle of the back of the laptop, but it's blurred out. Let's see. I don't know what it is.
I like it when you see that and it's just taped over.
Yeah.
It's like a generic laptop.
I forgot what show it was I was watching.
You
Like
know who does it? FBE. FBE on YouTube.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, never mind. They're a pretty big YouTube. Anyway, they just
Obviously not if I don't know what they
put
are.
It's like the show I was watching. It had like a bag of chips, and you knew it was like Lay's, and it had like taped over the Lay's. And you're like, wow, okay. Are we still recording?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
All right, so I want to end it there.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Thank you for listening.
See you guys.
I found my house.